If you've been trying to make cake and you've been having fail after fail, in this video I'm going to be showing you a very easy vanilla recipe that is absolutely moist, fluffy and light. So stick around until the end of the video and learn how to make a cake. So you'll start off by preheating your oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Next, you're going to pick your baking tin and spray with baking spray. If you don't have baking spray, you can smear some margarine or butter. Over here I have a piece of parchment paper which I've folded in half and into quarter. I'm going to be showing you how to cut the parchment paper to fit in the baking tin. Once you have folded into quarters, you're going to fold once more, just like that, and form a triangle-like shape like this. You're going to pick your pan and place the parchment paper in the center of the tin, just like that. That is how I usually do it. And then in the rim of the tin, I'm going to make a fold like that. Place my tin aside and using a kitchen scissors, I'm going to follow the shape. Like that. Now I have a perfect cone-like shape. I'm going to unfold and you can see it is a perfect circle. Next, I'm going to fit in my baking tin. You can see the parchment paper fits perfectly. So next I'm going to be making my cake batter. In my bowl I have 1 cup of margarine. You can also use butter, and you're going to find all the 8 ingredients listed in the description box down below. For this recipe you'll need a hand mixer. If you don't have a mixer, you can use a spatula or a whisk. So I'm going to fluff up my margarine a little bit. You're going to cream your butter or margarine for around 1 minute until it is pale white. Next, you're going to add in 1 cup of sugar and mix until combined. Using a spatula, you're going to scrape the sides of the bowl to make sure everything is combined perfectly. And now it's time to add in my eggs. Using your mixer, you're going to whip up the eggs together with the butter and sugar until very fluffy. That is going to take around 2 minutes on high speed. In between, you're going to use your spatula and scrape the bowl to make sure everything is getting combined perfectly. At this point, this is how the cake batter is looking like. It's light and soft and very fluffy. So it's going to give us a very good vanilla cake. So this stage is very crucial while making cake. Make sure to whip up the eggs, butter and sugar together until very fluffy to have a very moist and fluffy cake. Now I'll add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to add in some salt to balance out the sugar, baking powder, and at this point you don't need a mixer. All you need is a spatula or a whisk. Also, I'll add in some vanilla. After adding the vanilla essence, the butter is smelling absolutely incredible. So now I'm going to be adding in my all-purpose flour and milk. So I'll be alternating while adding in the milk and the flour. So I'll add in some flour, fold in using my spatula. The key point here is not to overmix the batter, because once you overmix the batter, the cake will turn out very chewy, and we don't want a chewy texture to our cake. We want some soft, light and fluffy cake. When everything is fully combined, the batter is ready. So I'm going to pick my baking tin and transfer the batter in. And you can see the batter is very silky and smooth. Using my spatula, I'm going to level up the batter a little bit. When done adding the batter in the tin, you're going to tap the baking tin 2 times. That is to remove the excess air bubbles in the cake. And I'm going to be baking my cake at 180 degrees for 50 minutes. You can also check if the cake is ready by inserting a skewer in the middle of the cake. Once the skewer comes out clean, the cake is ready. There are a few ways to check if the cake is ready. One is to insert a skewer in the middle of the cake. If the skewer comes out with no cake batter, the cake is ready. And the second way to check if the cake is ready, you will see that the cake is fully released from the tin. So at this point, I'm going to invert my cake in a cooling rack. So I'm going to flip the cake on my hand, just like that. And then I'm going to peel the parchment paper. Place the cooling rack on top and flip. So I'm going to let the cake cool for around 20 minutes, or you can let the cake cool completely. After completely cooling my vanilla cake, it's looking very fluffy, light, moist and delicious. And trust me, the cake is perfect for a birthday, and also you can have with your afternoon tea.